Hey Slay Squad, what's up? So you see the title, it says My Year's Up, Now What? Before I jump into that, I really have to reflect on my year. There's been a lot of blessings behind my lessons. And I really want to take the time to reflect on my year and be transparent with you so that you could understand where I am today and the direction I'm going. It'll all make sense in a minute. But before I reflect, let me formally introduce myself. Hey girl, hey. My name is Yandel and I'm the head mom in charge over at mommyslays.com, a lifestyle blog where I help mompreneurs on a budget juggle business and brands. I take them from feeling stuck to providing them with the resources that they need in order to thrive. So, let's get started. A year ago, guys, I was a mess. A year ago, your girl was going through so many things I was dealing with. I was dealing with physical health issues, mental health issues. I was dealing with a lot. So, first things first, Cairo is officially a year now. He turned a year on September 7th, and my goal was to be able to stay home with him and my 4-year-old. And that mission has been accomplished. But to get there, initially through Cairo, I had an emergency C section. And at the time, I was going through it, and I might have been talking about it, but I didn't really realize what I was going through until now when I could look back at all that I was really going through. So I felt at that time a year ago, I felt neglected and abused by the medical system. And I'm not being dramatic. Here's why. I felt abused because I had an emergency C section with Cairo, as you know, and they did not communicate with me throughout that C section. And at the time, I brushed it off like, okay, this is really an emergency situation. They don't have time to talk to me. But in my head, it was like, this is not like how I would have ever imagined a C section to be. I would have thought that people would have at least communicated with you. So they literally, even when they had him out, they didn't tell me that he's out, that he's okay. Like, nobody was really talking to me during the procedure. But though it was an emergency, they were talking amongst each other about personal things, like private things, like going, what are you doing to go out to eat? They did not acknowledge the black girl in the room, long story short. And that's completely unacceptable. Another reason why I felt neglected after I had Cairo and went to my 6-week postpartum checkup, or I think mine was 4 or 5 weeks, but whatever. I went to my postpartum checkup and with my OB, who I love, by the way. And shout out to Women's Medical Group. I think that's what it's called. But I love them. And I was, confiding in her some of the feelings. And I was feeling really sad. I was feeling really depressed. I wasn't getting better. Initially, I thought it was the baby blues. And she diagnosed me with postpartum depression. And her next response after telling me I have having me do the test and telling me I have postpartum depression, she asked me, do you want meds? And my initial response was like, no, I do not want meds. And she asked me, well, how do I feel about therapy? I was open to therapy because I have done therapy before and it works. I did therapy when I went through my first miscarriage. And it helped me a lot. Did it solve everything? No, but it really helped me and it helped my relationship with my husband a lot as well. So she recommended a therapist to me, and I was really excited because this therapist was not too far away. They did group therapy where I could have been able to bring the baby. Like, they had a lot of options. I called the therapist, left a detailed voice message, never got a call back. My doctor followed up with me maybe 3 weeks to a month later, and she was very disappointed to find out that I never got a call back. She did refer me to somebody else, but at that point, and this is where my mental mind frame was. So I appreciate if it's like, I'm being transparent with you because I don't want no judgment zone. I won't be judging you, but I'm just being real with you. At that point, I had kind of given up on therapy. It was like, I felt like, okay, nobody wants to deal with me. That was my mentality. And that's why I felt neglected. And that's why I feel like if you are in the medical industry, you have to be so careful. And fast forward later, I did try to seek out a therapist on my own. I found a therapist that another one I thought was gonna like. We were emailing back and forth. I love that she acknowledged me and got back to me like within hours of emailing her. That meant a lot to me. Then homegirl couldn't be my therapist because my insurance didn't cover it. My husband's insurance for us did not cover it. And I'm like, you know what? This sucks. It's hard. People are always talking about get help, but it's hard to seek help. It's hard to find good help. So that was the first thing. I was dealing with those things. All while dealing with those things, I felt like I needed to create a platform to speak on those things because I knew I wasn't the only one going through it. There's so much as women that we go through, but we suffer in silence, and it's not acceptable for us to feel alone and feel like we're not supported. So I created Mommy Slays. It all started out via a blog post that I wrote for XO Nicole about C-sections, what Beyonce Snapback doesn't teach you about C-sections. And later I wrote another one on miscarriages, what not to say to a woman who is going through miscarriages. And the response showed me that I was right. Other people were going through it. So, another thing I want to say, this dress is significant to me because I wore this dress about a year ago when I finally was starting to feel like myself, and I was able to get out. And I remember meeting up my girlfriend at Target. I was so excited for our Target date, and we were snapping pictures for our blogs. We decided that we wanted to do blogs. Shout out to Glamorously Me. Go check out her blog. So we started our blogs at the same time. And I remember we were snapping pictures, and as I was looking through the pictures that she took, if you guys remember, I have this dress on. You probably can't see the dress. And then I have on my pink satin coat from Forever 21 and these metallic boots. And I have on a gray hat. And she took a picture. And there's a picture of me where I'm inside Target and I don't have on the coat. And I saw a picture of me from the back and I was so unrecognizable. Like, it was like depressing to me because my body was just not a body I knew. Like, I had all these rolls on my back, and I've been thin my whole life. I gained quite a bit of weight with Cairo, which I didn't feel guilty about because it's all about, for me, it was about having a healthy pregnancy. And so I remember like expecting my body, looking back, it was so unrealistic now that I'm looking back, but I really expected my body to heal like that. Like, I snapped back with Kendall, who was through a natural birth. So I thought within 6 weeks my body would snap back. And with Cairo, that wasn't the case. Like, my body was still healing. It took me some time. And I remember feeling so depressed because I still looked like I was about 5-6 months pregnant in the dress. Now, I still have a gut today. I'm going to stand up to be transparent with you guys. I still have a gut, but it's not the same type of gut. And the difference is I could not pull in that gut. You see that? I could pull my stomach in, and then if I had on a girdle, it would be pulled in even more. I could not pull in my gut. So that really, really bothered me because I'm like, what is wrong with my body? Not realizing that, my muscles and all that had to heal. So not until I was like 10 months postpartum, I was able to start being able to pull my stomach in. That's only 2 months ago. So looking back, it's been one hell of a ride. And that's just the stuff mentally and physically that I was going through. And obviously I went through the transition from being full-time worker, breadwinner, independent woman to having to depend on my husband as a stay-at-home mom, which was really hard for me because I am a control freak and I'm the type of girl that I get what I want when I want it. Like, I usually don't have to ask my husband for money. I usually don't have to say, can we budget for this, because I made enough to be able to do it without having to really communicate with him. I'm not saying like I used to spend ridiculous spending, but even guys, the way I wear my hair is different. I used to be able to buy my bundles when I wanted to. And another thing that people don't talk about a lot is transitioning to being a full-time entrepreneur or being an entrepreneur period. You do not get a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks. You have to, like how you would if you're working a traditional job, you have to scale out your business. You have to, when you get paid, when you get paid. And I'm not saying that I didn't make sales, but in my head, in order to be, no, my reality, not in my head, in order for me to continue to be a stay at home mom and a full-time mompreneur for another year or moving forward, I had to bring in around what I was bringing in as a full-time teacher. And that was about $56,000, and that didn't happen. So I felt like a failure. I made money, I made sales here and there, but I didn't make anything close to what I needed to make in order for my husband to not have to work 18-hour shifts anymore. So then I had to deal with the conflicting of feeling guilty for staying home, and feeling selfish for wanting to be a mom, a stay-at-home mom. So that was a lot. But fast forward to where we're going and where we are today. Today, I am still running Mommy Slays. Mommy Slays is going to do what I feel the industry needs. Everybody is talking about how to make your 10K in 30 days or 10K launch, which is great. If that's what you're looking for, I'm not your girl. I'm your girl that's going to help you thrive on a budget. I'm going to provide you with the resources and systems that you need so that you could seriously juggle being a mom and being a full-time worker, or being a mom and being a mompreneur. So I'm going to provide you with the systems, like how to put your newsletter on automate, how to post social media without physically posting, so you could be at work and your social media will be working for you. So how to make your business work for you is what I will teach you. Resources, how to get things set up on a budget or for free. That's what I'm going to teach you, because that's what a lot of people need. A lot of people are out here being told, if you don't have money, don't start a business, or you can't make it happen. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that that is true. So I am resourceful as ever. And that has been my lesson, and on top of my blessings, that God has given me the knowledge to be resourceful. So I'm going to show you how to start your lead magnet without having to sign up for leadmagnet.com and pay, or not lead magnet, leadpages.com or similar sites, and have to pay like $40, $30 a month if you don't have it right now. I'm going to show you how to start it for free, how to start that newsletter for free, how to get things rolling and going for free, how to make your first sale without having to invest a lot of money. And I'm not saying that these systems that I'm going to teach you are where you are supposed to stay, because it's not, but this is where what you need in order to get started. Because a lot of you are feeling like you're inferior and that you don't have the knowledge and that you can't get started because you don't have the capital. So I'm going to help you with that. That's what I'm here for. I'm the real mompreneur. I will tell you how to make $1 out of 15 cents type of situation. So that is the direction that Mommy Slays is going. I'm still going to talk about the disparities amongst health with Black women, or minority women, I should say. I'm still going to talk about my life. I'm a lifestyle blogger, but when it comes to classes and education, my focus and my heart goes to the mompreneurs that are out here struggling on a budget, because being a mom is hard. I can't imagine being a full-time mom right now, just mentally. I cannot imagine it. So kudos to those of you that are full-time moms, that are raising babies and building brands. Kudos to you, and I'm here to help you as well, because it's all about working smart, not working hard. So that's what's going on with me. Also, I did not mention I'm actually back to work, but part-time. I only work 2 days out of the week, Mondays and Thursdays, where I teach adult ed. They actually asked me to come back. This was a company that I've worked with when I was pregnant with with Kendall, and after I had Kendall, my first son. And They liked how I worked. They liked how I taught. They found out I wasn't working anymore, so they asked me if I could come back. And I'm not gonna lie, being transparent, initially I did tell them no, but then God told me to call them back and tell them yes. And I'm really excited to be back. Initially, I did feel like a failure, that I didn't meet my $58,000 a year goal. But I need to give myself grace, because I'm the furthest thing from a failure. I was able to do so much in a year, but most importantly, I was able to take a step back to work on myself, and I'm going to continue working on myself. So with that being said, I'm super excited to be able to go back. And with that being said, I'm super excited to be able to go back because I can now pay for a mental health therapist that I desire and pay for it out of pocket. I'm able to help my husband where he doesn't have to work so incredibly hard. We appreciate him. We appreciate him being the provider, but I want to give him a break. So I'm able to alleviate his load by me going back for just 10 hours a week. And I'm sorry, I am not giving y'all back my slay at home mom card because I still consider myself to be a slay at home mom. I only work 10 hours a week. Also, I'm excited to go back and get some regular income, consistent income coming in. That I can control, where I'll be able to afford a coach. It won't have to be, launch to launch or living sale to sale and not knowing when this sale is coming in. That's a scary part of business that people don't really talk about. So I'm so excited. So thank you so much for slaying with me, and thank you for being on this journey with me. And I hope that you will be able to continue on this journey for me, because I made a post about it on Instagram, and I mean what I said. That Q4, I am slaying. I'm turning up. Get ready for master classes. Get ready for some dope products. Get ready to get your life and slay with me. All right. Thank you, Slay Squad, for tuning in. Please comment below and tell me your thoughts. How do you feel about this video? Do you want me to do more videos like this? Do you want me to share this side of my story? Or you want me to just keep my business to myself? All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.